Okay, everyone, we are preparing to be live in Vitality Living there. We did it. Okay, so awesome teamwork. Hi, everybody. Good evening. My name is Isa Dinerman, and I am here in Prescott, Arizona, Northern Arizona, and I am an esthetician. I also teach aerial yoga, and I've been in the beauty industry for about 18 years now. And I owned my own stores here in Prescott and then opened up a second location in Flagstaff, Arizona, and was running a retail business with treatment rooms for about 13 years. And I love skincare. I love all things skincare. I've always been a bit of a junkie, but I've always, I have to say, always like to keep it simple. Two things. I've always liked to keep it really simple because I don't believe that we need a lot of confusion with product out there. And also, I've always been an advocate for very clean products. My stores, when I have my stores, I focused on carrying products that were very clean, organic in many cases, didn't have any animal testing and things like that. So we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight and how we can make sure that our products are clean. But I'd like to get started because we're going to be welcoming, we have a few guests on tonight that are going to be sharing stories. And this page, if you are in this page, Vitality Living, it is because you're loving the stories, you're loving product stories. You might be a customer with our company, enjoying some of the products. You may be a distributor sharing it. And we always love when people add value to the page because this is what makes it powerful. We're stronger together. So I'd like to just quickly say that we don't make any medical claims to treat, cure, or mitigate any type of skin condition or any type of condition in the body. But what we do know is that when given the right conditions, our bodies are capable of so many things. So if you're just joining us, please do mute yourself. Okay, I'm going to share screen now. We're just going to go through a few slides, and I'd love to bring on our special guests tonight, Jolene, Rich, Jeanette, and Maria was not able to join us, but we do have a story to share about her, and also Amy. So, all right. Thanks for being patient, everybody. We are figuring out here. All right, there we are. Okay, everybody. So if you are in this page, if you are just joining us, you may have heard of our little yellow pill. This is Protandim NRF2. And I'd like to start out just tonight by explaining a little bit about our flagship activator, because it's going to make a lot of sense about True Science Skincare, which is probably what you tuned in tonight to learn a bit about. But our science was discovered back in 2005. This ABC investigative report aired with John Quinones. And what happened on that ABC report was phenomenal. John Quinones heard about a small biotech company which was discovering different antioxidant therapies, and the claims that we were making this amazing discovery of a pathway called the NRF2 pathway that was being activated naturally. And we're going to show you what happened with that. But this ABC investigative report aired, and on national television, John Quinones' level of oxidative stress lowered 45%, very dramatically. And that started a flurry of media attention. Not only media, but it caught the attention of major universities and institutions who started their own self-funded studies and research on this product. We're a publicly traded company. We are on the NASDAQ, and our ticker is LFVN. And the reason you're hearing about this tonight, or perhaps from a friend that invited you into the group, is because after that ABC aired, we were on store shelves. It took a bit of time to get inventory together. Remember, this was a small biotech company. We were not a supplement company. And it took a bit of time to get inventory together and develop a structure of being on retail shelves. But what we saw was that was not successful. What we realized is people didn't understand what oxidative stress was, nor did they understand what the ABC is, right? The ABC investigative report, which was incredible. So we're going to share that in the comments after we end this tonight. We will share that report so that everyone can see it, or ask the person that invited you to this group. So that's a bit of the backstory on this. And these are some of the major universities and institutions that started their own studies on this little yellow pill. And if you've never heard of the term oxidative stress, I'm going to share a little bit with you to simplify that. But just take note here, we've got Louisiana State University, which has given us 3 studies on melanoma, which actually led to our anti-aging cream. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But National Institute on Aging, Colorado State, Washington State, it's just phenomenal, the research here. So oxidative stress, we all have it, and some of us have higher levels of it, and it's caused by the food that we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe, too little exercise, too much exercise, environmental toxins, medication, and so much more. If you've just joined us, could you please be sure to mute? Thank you. So oxidative stress, if you look at this wheel here, it is related. It's the root cause of so many conditions. And many people have just this higher level of toxic burden. They're not able to detoxify properly. But again, this is something that we all have, but some people have higher levels of it. It affects every major system of the body. And if you think about the banana, if you were going to make your smoothie and there's a banana on the counter, you go to look at it and it is done. It is brown, or apples that you cut up that turn brown from being out. That is what happens to our cells as we age. And it is not a disease, as we said, but again, it can relate to many issues and affect all the major systems of the body. So you can go to pubmed.gov and type in Protandim, that is the name of our flagship activator, and you'll see over 30 peer-reviewed studies on this from many of the institutions that we just looked at. And if you're going there to look at skincare and type in oxidative stress and wrinkling, oxidative stress and sun damage, this is phenomenal. So great resource for you. This is the National Library of Medicine. So this is just a blend of 5 different plants. This is like a superfood salad in a pill, right? Protandim NRF2. But these plants that are at the bottom, turmeric, milk thistle, green tea, ashwagandha, and bacopa, are in non-medicinal dosages, non-therapeutic dosages, right? And it's just a pinch of them, but it's the synergy that flip on that pathway within our bodies that actually lower that oxidative stress. And if you think about a dimmer switch on your lights, right? Activating that NRF2 pathway is like turning up the dimmer switch in every room of the house, right? And when we have that toxic burden, it's just lowered, and that's where different conditions can set in. So this blend, this synergistic blend, is clinically proven to reduce oxidative stress an average of 40% in 30 days. This is huge. Increasing glutathione. As a skincare professional, I love this because glutathione, high levels of glutathione in the body, healthy levels, can reduce pigment in the skin or reduce melanin if people have had melasma or different issues like that. So taking 1 pill of Protandim a day can increase glutathione by 300%. This is amazing. And this is no substitute for a healthy diet. We always want to eat a diet rich in antioxidants, rich in cruciferous vegetables, but it's not enough. It's fighting free radicals at a 1-to-1 ratio. But by activating this pathway in the body, we're fighting free radicals 1 to 1 million per second. So it's just like a clock, right? That just keeps going. So this is just phenomenal. So this leads us, everyone, to why you probably joined us tonight, to learn about our True Science skincare. And this was developed after that ABC aired. Louisiana State University saw what this pill did, what this activator did inside the body, and they came to the company and said, we need to test this and see how it performs when we apply it topically to the largest organ of the body, being our skin. And so they have given us 3 studies on melanoma, which are phenomenal. And if you are a skincare professional or someone, a medical professional or someone who just likes to learn and you would like those, reach out to the person who invited you and we can get those to you. But they actually saw such dramatic results that they came back to the company and said, you need to put this into a cream. And so this line started with just that anti-aging cream. And it's phenomenal. It is so much more than a moisturizer. It looks like it's just moisturizer, right? But I have seen this do remarkable things. And some of the people that are going to share stories with you are going to share as well. But sunburns, blisters, cold sores, all kinds of things. This is activation at a deep level. We also have a simple cleanser, perfecting lotion, which I like to refer to as a light serum, but it's a liquid, and an eye serum. Really great eye serum. I like to use it on my lips as well. And that's it, just a simple 4-step system. But these numbers that you're seeing here are from our clinical study, and this is phenomenal. I love looking at these numbers and seeing nothing lower than 80%. So 95% of the participants reported more moisturized and hydrated skin, 94% smoother skin. Who doesn't want better texture? 82% less fine lines and wrinkles, 97%. 97%, almost 100% reported younger looking skin, and 88% brighter and more luminous skin. So this is phenomenal. This is a study that our company has on retinol. And if you have had any experience either being a patient at a med spa or, a dermatologist, perhaps you have been told that you might want to use retinol for aging. And that's great. It can cause some peeling, some resurfacing, cellular turnover. And that's what we want to increase as we age, is increase the cellular turnover. However, in this study, it showed up close that 6 to 7 layers deep, you can see that the cells look bloated. And if you are on this and you have ever used this long term, this product, you might notice that you look really great for a bit, and then you might just look irritated, right? And that we can't maintain long term. But over here, 6 to 7 layers deep on the right with True Science, you can see the good morphology, or which organization of the dermis. And you can see that the cells just look more even and uniform. So this is phenomenal. This is also from that, showing before and after, just some photos within a 56-day period of what can happen when we are activating that NRF2 pathway 7 layers deep on the skin. We actually also have a shaving study. And if you are a man and you have ever shaved either your beard, your neck, and experienced folliculitis, that's when your hair follicle just gets super irritated. It can be very painful, gets very red, can be itchy as it heals. And then guess what? It heals and you have to shave again, right? So many men often just grow a beard because they don't want to deal with it. But we actually have a study on our products showing less irritation. And I love that the men in the study that participated in the study were both Caucasian and African American, of a pretty young age group. But this is phenomenal. And so this was done using our facial cleanser as a shaving product. So reported amazing results, less irritation. Okay, everyone. So before I go to that slide, I'm going to invite on Jolene Miller. And Jolene is one of our leaders in LifeVantage. She is in Edmonton, Alberta, and a beautiful soul, someone that I have enjoyed getting to know. And I'd love to ask her to share a bit of her story before we go on to some other photos and other people.
Thanks, Isa. Yeah, and I'm just a little bit 2 hours south of Edmonton, but so when I was asked to share my story on the skincare, I need to give a little bit of a background and a reason why I don't have any pictures to share. So I have suffered with psoriasis since I was 11. And if you noticed in the one diagram that Isa had in the presentation on the skin, psoriasis was listed there. So psoriasis is an autoimmune disease that, the gut plays a major part. And when I started using the product and joined this company, I was in a huge flare-up of psoriasis. Stress is a major factor for me, and I was under a massive amount of stress. And one of my symptoms, or where it flares up the most on me, is my hands. And so they would get plaqued, raw, bleeding, very painful, hard to straighten my fingers. Very embarrassing, right? You never want to shake somebody's hand when you meet them. and so bad, I actually never even wanted to take pictures of my hands. But when I started using the skincare, I had been on our Protandim Nerf 2 and our probiotic for a couple of months. And I was running out of my regular skincare. I have used skincare since I was 11. It's been a major part of growing up. My family has always looked after their skin. So I've used a number of different mid to high end skincare systems. And so I was running out, but I'm like, well, I might as well support myself. So I purchased the system and started using it. And I didn't really think I'm using my hands to wash my face. But in 5 days, it completely healed my hands. And I have not had hands like that in almost 3.5 years. So even though we can't make claims, that is my story, and it is powerful. And I will use this till the till the day I'm done on this planet, because you can't replace having nice hands. I like a good handshake, and it's just having that confidence to be able to give somebody a handshake with a nice, soft, healed hand is something you can't put a price tag on. So
I love that, Jolene. And I know people that have had the plaque psoriasis and flare-ups on the hands, and it's something that can be very hard emotionally, because it's hard to hide our hands, right? Mm-hmm. So thank you for sharing. That's really powerful. And I'm so glad that you found something. So good. Okay. Thank you, Jolene. We're going to now pass it over to Jeanette Palmer, and I'm going to pull up some photos. Some of our Jeanette was kind enough to share this afternoon, and this was powerful when I saw this. So Jeanette, tell us about this. Are these photos in your way, guys? You only see
that one's not mine, Eva.
That's mine.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Amy's.
I'm sorry. Okay,
That's
Amy.
okay.
Meet Amy. Amy, hi. So please do tell us about your cut. I understand this was with scissors. So tell us what happened.
So can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So get ready to like cringe, but I was cutting artificial flower stem with the scissors that was like this long. And the one part was about this wide. And I went like this, and I got my finger. And so that's the first picture. I had 6 stitches. It's not fun to get stitches in your finger. You have lots of nerves and it hurts. And this, to go back just a little bit, I have skin cancer problems. So I get basal cells and squamous. And I've had blue light done on my face, which I didn't send any pictures because it's kind of hard to explain, but you get beet red. And that's when I first started using it, and it cleared it up. But I can send Issa some pictures after if she wants to share them at all. But this picture and this second picture is probably maybe a month. Oh, no,
this one.
This
right.
one. So the first one to the next one is about a month after the stitches came out. I started putting it on as soon as I could take the bandage off my finger. And I just put we call it healing lotion in our house, but the anti-aging cream, I just kept putting it on my finger constantly. And I wouldn't say constantly, but maybe 3-4 times a day. And so it already was healing when they needed to take the stitches out. So it took her a little bit to get a couple of them out, but it was probably a month after I did this that I took that picture.
Wow.
And it's completely gone. You can't see it. I've got other, I just don't have any pictures, but I had 2 cysts removed from this other hand, not this one. And you can't even tell that I had anything done. That's why we call it healing lotion in my house, because it heals.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And don't put it on tattoos.
No, it'll fade them.
It does fade them, and then you have to get them like, enhanced or whatever. She's
Okay.
like, what? She said, what did you use? And I wouldn't tell her.
Rich has given us some love there. This is amazing, Amy. I had my neighbor stopped by today and she had she had like 4 bee stings. She was out hiking and kind of fell into a bee cluster. And she said it just burns so bad. It just feels so hot. And this was amazing for her. I gave her some and she put it on and right away she just said, this feels so much cooler. It's kind of taking the heat out, right? So, wow, Amy, thank you. We'll come back to you, Amy. Thank you. Okay, Jeanette Palmer. So, Jeanette, I love this. These photos were pretty powerful. Tell us about them.
Sure. So back in 2013, I'll just kind of tell a story. I was with a friend at a harvest festival, and this woman came up to me and pointed to my age spot or whatever we called them. That's what I called it, and said, "Oh, I have something that can get rid of that." And I was so annoyed. It wasn't true science, by the way. I was so unbelievably like self-conscious at that point. That's all I could think about was this spot that I guess I didn't realize it was there.
Mm-hmm.
So I put makeup on, try to cover it. And as you can see, even with makeup on, the picture to the right, I still couldn't cover it. So I went to a dermatologist and asked them to burn it off. So they burnt it off. And I thought, okay, this will be great. It'll be gone. Well, actually, it didn't burn the whole thing off. It made like a little round ring with something in the middle. And I was working out of school and I'd have kids ask me if I had a tattoo of a donut on my face. And I was just even more mortified. So I would always be thinking about that. Well, I joined LifeVantage. I was, taking Pro Tandem, taking all the products. True Science line was launched. I was so excited about it. Started using it, but I'll be honest, I was using, I bought the whole system, used it all right away. And then I was like, well, I would buy a little here and buy a little there. And I would kind of skimp on, even just washing my face twice a day, applying twice a day. And I was getting really frustrated because that age spot was still there and it's very self-conscious. I was very, very self-conscious. I mean, I have hardly any pictures because the way I would turn my face in pictures, these are like way zoomed in and like turned from a weird picture. There's probably people next to me in these pictures and the other ones. Well, then I decided, like 2019, I'm like, what am I doing? I know everything there is to know about true science. This stuff is phenomenal. I know the science inside and out. I want everybody I know to use this, but yet I'm not properly using it. And so I committed to myself that I was going to do it the right way. I was going to use the face wash twice a day, morning and night. I was going to apply every single product on there. And I did that in a year. I mean, it's gone. I don't know if you guys can see. It's completely gone still to this day. Like it just vanished and then I had, I age. I love the sun. And so I love being out in the sun. And so I get freckles on my face in the summer. And I just am continuously putting on True Science just all over my skin. And I feel a lot more confident and, in my own skin. I just feel great because I don't have to hide. I don't have to worry which side. Oh, can't take a picture of me on that side because you're going to see this. So anyways, I can't say enough about it. I think I have another slide.
Powerful, Jeanette. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. And this other one this is my daughter, Gabrielle, who is actually now 19 years old and a sophomore in college. She went to a water park with a friend and they put on sunscreen, but they didn't put it on all day. And as we all know what happens with sunscreen, and she came home and she's in so much pain, crying, as you can see, like her little face, she's crying, she's upset. And I'm like, all right, we're doing this. And so I put on number 2. We just slathered it all over her. In the more tender spots, we put on the what is it, number 4 is the anti-aging. Yes, we put on number Yep, we put that on her arms, all over her little face. Yep. And she went to bed. Of course, she was in pain when she went to bed. She woke up the next morning and she was like, Mom, I don't hurt. And she's golden brown. Like, she was a little tiny red, in some spots, but she went from being in so much pain and crying and like being so uncomfortable to, look at that happy, beautiful girl. That's the very next morning. I was like, oh my gosh, Gabby, we have to take a picture of this. Everybody has to know about it. I tell every single person and parent that I know that their children they absolutely need this. Actually, my son-in-law is in the military, and he has a ton of his military guys using number 2. They take it in the field with them when they go out, because a lot of times they're not protected. And they'll get sunburn and they'll use it. So it's just phenomenal stuff.
That's amazing. I love that, because we want to be outside, right? And even with sunscreen or sunblock, this can happen. So I love that, Jeanette. Thank you. And you can see in her face, she feels a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Rich Scott. Rich, this is interesting and remarkable. Your results. Tell us about it.
Well, this is just the part of it, but I'll just tell you, we won a trip to, one thing I love about this company is they offer incentive trips, and this was just after a short trip out to the Bahamas, which was all paid for by this company, which was awesome. Somewhere I touched a door handle. I don't know. I got a really bad case of encephalitis. And if you Google encephalitis, it's an inflammatory response. I had to have a PICC line in my arm to my near my heart to feed my body medicine and stuff like that. It was pretty serious, and like it was before masks, and people couldn't be in my room without a mask. It was pretty bad. But I talk about inflammatory because this was a 2-tier approach. One is the blue bottle is our Nerf2 activator. I was taking that, and I had been taking that product for, and I still take that product every day. But when I was in the hospital, the big thing about this picture here was my infectious disease doctor said, you know what, there's something crazy going on with your body. If we were near a university and there was medical students, I would have them read your charts. And I'm like, what does that even mean? She says, because you have all the markings of a really bad case of encephalitis, but you don't have near the reaction. You should be sore. You should have sores from head to toe. You should be in an excruciating amount of pain. And it was very uncomfortable. And there was a lot. I had to have a spinal tap. It was not fun. But this particular picture started from the doctor comes in and said, listen, you've got a serious case of rash on one side of your body. You must take this steroid cream. You've got to take the steroid cream because it's going to take off and you've got to control it. And I'm like, that's a synthetic thing. I'm not big into pharmaceuticals if I don't have to be. She said basically, well, it's your skin. You can do whatever you want with it. So I said, well, I have a product that activates the skin cells, activates the healing response. I tried to tell her all about it. She was interested, but this was literally a week after. And all I did was put the number 4, like Jeanette was talking about, the Nerf2 activated product. And this was the result of it. And my body healed very quickly. The whole process just blew the doctors away because my body was healing it from the inside out and the outside in. And I love the approach that the company talks about. You want to take the Nerf2 activation on the inside, and your body, your skin is your largest organ. So why not protect yourself from the outside in? And it was just amazing to see the results of a product that you have been taking for a while. Some people take these products like, well, I don't really know. I don't feel anything. This was proof that it's better to be prepared than not be prepared. My body was prepared to fight this off, and the results were just staggering because if you give the body what it needs, it can definitely heal itself. And that's what our products do, which is awesome.
Wow. Thank you, Rich. That is so powerful. And I'm looking, as a skincare person, this is a lot of inflammation to come down, with no signs of it. I mean, you don't see it. You don't see any residual spotting, but really remarkable. Thank you. Oh, and this is Maria Williams' son. So Maria could not join us tonight. She is she's at another meeting, but this is her son, and I believe he burned his elbow. This is his elbow. I believe it was on a barbecue, you know, some sort of fire, and you can see that he has a lot of melanin in his skin. He's African American, and this is remarkable. So if you're a skincare professional, you know what I'm talking about with hypopigmentation. And that is where the wound can go so deep that it causes there to be no melanin, and it causes almost a reverse effect. There's hyperpigmentation, which we can see on many of our skin with, like Rich didn't have any of that after such an extreme condition. Or there can be hypopigmentation, which is an absence of any color. And you can see that his elbow healed beautifully. And we'll have to get the time frame of this, and we'll put it in the chat afterwards, everyone, to answer questions if you have them. But this is remarkable. No scarring, nothing. This is amazing. So this brings us now to collagen. So as part of our True Science line, we just had a blessing bestow on us in June, where we have created an activated collagen. And if you have not tried this product, I encourage you to please do try it. And if you are going to try it, take some good before pictures. And we actually have a group, a Facebook group, which can instruct you through on how to take good pictures and when to take them, day 7, day 14, day 21, really remarkable. But collagen is the most prevalent protein in our bodies, and it makes up 25 to 35% of all of our protein, which is huge. And I love this little analogy of a rubber band. If you look at a rubber band and see, you know, the elasticity in it, right? If I were to take the same rubber band and put it outside here in Arizona, let it sit in the sun, take it in, wet it, put it outside again, it would eventually wear down. And then this is what would happen to it, right? It would just break. So, you know, just think of collagen as, you know, the glue that holds everything together. And it is so much more than skin. So liquid collagen, many of you may have said, well, I've taken powders here, right? What's the difference? But liquid is much easier to digest. It's 100% bioavailable, which means your body's able to utilize it quickly. And that's why we see results quite quickly. And it doesn't need to be broken down. So we use a hydrolyzed collagen, which means it's extracted only through water. So there's nothing to break down. There's no chemicals used in this process extracting it. And I like this acronym: activate, replenish, and maintain, ARM. Just think of ARM. Does my collagen do all these things? ARM. So activate is red ruby quinoa extract is what we use as an activator. And this beautiful plant is a grain, obviously, and it's known to actually open up the cell and allow the cell to create more of its own collagen, as well as reduce oxidative stress. Isn't this great? So we're reducing oxidative stress topically, internally with our Protandem, topically with our True Science skincare, and then this is just an added bonus here. We replenish with fish collagen peptides, and there's 5 grams of hydrolyzed, again, hydrolyzed, meaning extracted only using water, marine peptides. And this is amazing. There's 10 types of collagen in this, lots of type 1 collagen, which is hair, skin, and nails. And we all know that marine peptides are amazing for that dewy look, moisture, heart health, all of this. So, and maintain. So the M is for maintain, which we maintain the collagen lost with, or the collagen that we're building as well, with berry and citrus fruit extracts. So we've got blueberry powder, the young pumpkin fruit, which is that citrus, that beautiful citrus there, and acerola berry, which is the berry at the top. It gives it a nice tart flavor, and these are super rich in vitamin C and antioxidants, and just help to maintain that glow. Really amazing. These extracts have also been shown to slow down that breakdown of existing collagen. So that's where we're kind of just staying and maintaining. Ooh, what's not in it? This is important, guys. No added sugar, no artificial sweeteners. It's non-GMO, dairy-free, gluten-free, soy-free. It's very pure. It comes in a single serving bottle, as you see. And I love that because it's not exposed to oxidation, right? If we had a big bottle and each time we opened it, poured some, put the cap on, we're actually, decreasing the efficacy. So this is what we saw in our clinical study. This was amazing, an increased production of type 1 collagen by 43%. This is incredible. I'll just read a couple of these. Increased production of catalase by 202%. SOD, which is a main antioxidant in our body, by 27%, 2,700% through NRF2 activation. This is incredible. Increased collagen density by 42%. So really amazing. And this is showing here, using a Visia camera, what happens with collagen density and how it increased through the participants using our activated collagen. So here's some more photos just to give you an idea. And what I love about all of these, not only do these people look healthier and more vibrant, but I know the stories. And this is why this page and what we're doing now is so important. Share stories, because Shauna here has dealt with a condition that has caused, amazing flare-ups in her joints, specifically her hands. And she's a personal trainer. She needs her hands. And so she experienced an amazing result in joint health as well. Some more photos here. Lots of neck, lots of legs. This is great. Loose skin. This is incredible. These photos here are a woman who's very healthy, very active. She's in her early 60s, and she experienced a lot of weight loss and last spring. And so these are her thighs, and this was a 21-day result. The eyes here, we're seeing a lot of brightening in the eyes, the whites of the eyes, as well as that lifting. On men, lessening of the nasolabial folds here, décolleté. And then I put these photos in, friends, just so you can see 60-day. Those photos in the beginning were in the 30-day trial. So at 60 days, you can see this is incredible. Beautiful people. So if you can see what's happening on the outside, you can only imagine what's happening on the inside. Collagen is amazing for our joints, our lean muscle mass. I told you I teach aerial yoga, and I have maintained more muscle mass now. I'm stronger. And this is the only thing that I've added in to along with our activators. So brain health, gut health, all of this. So we have a couple of ways that you can get started. And one would be as a customer on the Healthy Glow Stack. That's our flagship activator, Protandim Nerf 2 and the liquid collagen. Or if you see yourself, if you're watching this tonight, you're thinking, I could think of a couple people that need these products. We do have an option where you can purchase 2 months of the collagen along with 2 months of NRF2, and it's at a significant savings. And that gives you a replicated website as well. So I love this. Erin Brockovich, you might wonder why she's on our presentation. She's actually on our board of directors, and she loves our True Science skincare. But I love this. So this company is all about biohacking, and we're about activating wellness. And that means our bodies are capable of so much, everyone. And we're just giving them the right environment, the right climate to be able to thrive. So thank you all for joining us tonight. And I'm going to stop the recording. And if anyone wants to ask any questions, I'm happy to stay on for a few minutes. And this will be in our page, our customer page, Vitality Living. If you're watching this as a guest, know that you can invite people to that page. Just let your LifeVantage friend know that you've invited them so we can get them in right away. And this is a customer education page. So I'll stop that recording, everyone. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Anybody have any questions? Yeah. Oh, I like that, Rich. Anybody have any questions?
Did you also want to stop streaming?
Oh. Yes, Jolene, that would be. Okay.